Hello, welcome to Subculture Live. I am Sammy Jo, and in this video, I'm going to show you how you can film high-quality interviews in just about any environment with your iPhone and be 100% mobile. If you have any questions, please drop them in the comment. And if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up and feel free to share it. I do this as it applies to natural bodybuilding, but these in the field interviews, you can do anywhere. So this is something that I do for natural bodybuilding. If you follow my Subculture Live page, you will see that I attend events and I like to do interviews with the athletes. And I have seen others try to duplicate this, and I love that. I think it brings so much exposure to our sport. So in this video, I am going to show you the setup that I use. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments. And of course, you guys can always think of some of your own ideas to add to this setup. But this has been working really well for me. All you're going to need is an iPhone and some of this simple tools, simple equipment that I show you here. You could also use an iPhone app to give it a more cinematic look if you would like, if you don't want to just hit record. Lots of different features that your camera can use with an aftermarket app. So just keep that in mind too. I'm not going into all of that today. I'm just going to go into the hardware that's going to give you the best product. You could do something like this at your child's championship soccer tournament. You could interview the children. You could interview the winners. You could do this in a corporate environment. This can be done anywhere. All right, here we go. The first thing, obviously, is an iPhone. I suggest anywhere between an iPhone 12 and an iPhone 13 Pro Max to get the best quality. And then the next thing, of course, is going to be audio. And this is where I see the biggest mistake made. They're using the wrong microphones. Okay, so in my business, I have a microphone for pretty much every situation. For instance, right now, I'm using a lavalier mic. I am in a hotel room. I'm traveling this weekend, so it might sound a little echoey, but this was the right mic for tonight's job. So when I'm in the field, I am using, you can use a wireless microphone, but depending on where you are, you can get interference from other wireless devices, or batteries can die, or it's all kinds of things that can go wrong. So I choose to use a wired microphone. And this has a wire that simply plugs directly into my iPhone, okay? So I use, there's a couple microphones on the market. iRig has a really nice handheld microphone that has the lightning adapter for your iPhone, and I use the Saramonic. So you're going to be anywhere between $130 and $200 for a nice quality microphone. And the beauty of these is the pickup pattern. They are only going to pick up the sound in front of the individual that you're interviewing. So my style of interview that I like is having somebody perform the interviews and one person being in charge of the microphone versus having a lavalier attached to each person. And the reason is most lavalier mics are going to have a much larger pickup pattern, and you're going to get so much sound that you don't want.
Omnidirectional mics pick up sound from all around. They're also great for recording ambient sounds or capturing a room's natural acoustics. However, you do need to be thoughtful when using Omni mics on stages or in loud environments, as they can be easily drowned out or result in major feedback.
This short clip was filmed in a crowded lobby using the Saramonic cardioid microphone. Notice how much of the background sound is eliminated. So speaking of social media, there are so many faces that I'm getting to actually see today, and you're one of them. I've been following you for a long time, so it's wonderful to finally meet you in person.
It's great to finally meet you too. I've been following all of what you do with natural bodybuilding. I appreciate what you do for us natural bodybuilders, giving us coverage, letting us speak our mind, giving us the time on your platform, and so I'm really grateful for you.
Remember, this setup is meant to be used in any environment. So if you're in a loud convention type situation, you're not going to want to pick up the outside voices or the commotion that's going on around you. You really just want to focus on picking up the voices, and these two microphones are going to do that for you because the pickup pattern is so small. So with that being in mind, the person doing the interviews really has to be in control of the microphone, because if you are asking the question, you want to make sure that you have it right in front of your right in front of your guest's mouth. So I like to be in control of the microphone. I have had other people jump in and do interviews for me, and they get excited and they forget to move the microphone. And these are such a small pickup pattern, their voice is actually lost, right? I can't even hear what they're saying. So educate yourself on how to use the microphone and practice. You know, practice using the microphone. As little kids, we've all done that with like wooden spoons and such. So practice in front of a mirror using your microphone. I know that sounds silly, but it's such a huge mistake that I see made, and it's such an easy thing to correct. So a nice mic with like a 10, 12-foot cord, because you don't want to be too far from your setup anyway. And there you go. You'll have a nice microphone. And if you want to get fancy, I suggest branding. Get a nice mic flag, and that slides right on. Okay, adds a little branding to your interviews. Also makes the person that you're interviewing feel important. They like to see a level of professionalism, and I think that them taking the time to speak with you, that's fair. That's fair to the person that you're interviewing, is to make them feel very, very special. Okay, so the next thing is the iPhone itself, the camera. And what I typically do is I will slide my camera to this iOgrapher. This iOgrapher case, I love it. It has two purposes. I put my iPhone in here. It has the 1/4-inch screw on the bottom, so it will screw into any tripod that you bring with you. You can attach your lights to it if you need to. And I love it too because when I'm done with the interviews, if I want to capture other footage, I can just remove this from my tripod, and now I have a really stable setup to grab some extra footage if I need to. So this is the iOgrapher, and you can get it right off from their website. You don't need this. You can use just a simple iPhone holder, and what you can do then is just purchase, let me take this off for you. The brand that I like to use is Small Rig, and it basically has the ball head. So that way when I attach that cell phone holder to this, I can then tilt it, move it up and down wherever I need to go. So always try to buy something that attaches to your tripod that has this rolling ball. So that gives you a really great range to move your camera. I mean, like say for me, I'm very short and I'm interviewing somebody tall, I can adjust this very easily. I like the ones that are removable too. For me, this piece removes. A lot of times I use a gimbal, and again, for the purpose of collecting footage other than interviews, I can simply remove this, and now I'm mobile. My gimbal comes right off from the tripod. Okay. Same with the cell phone holder. You can remove it quickly. So I do love these little pieces here. All right. Now, another piece that I find very valuable that I just added to my setup this year are these clamps. And I believe these are Small Rig as well. These universal clamps, clamp it to your tripod, and it gives you the ability to attach something else to your tripod. And in this case, it's going to be a light. Lighting is going to be really important. If you're not using the iOgrapher, and you're not using those cold shoe mounts, you can use this 1/4-inch screw and you can attach some lights. Now lighting can be anywhere from $30 to $150, depending on what kind of lighting setup that you want. For me, a lot of times what I will use, I'm trying to keep this mobile. I want everything I have can fit into a backpack. You can just get these really simple, these small little ring lights. I think they're like 10 inches. I bring a couple of these in case one breaks. But the thing I love about it is right here. It's a USB. So again, this whole setup is completely mobile. I bring my Anchor battery, right? If you're gonna do the Anchor battery, I definitely recommend doing the dual USB. The biggest one you could find, the most amount of power, it's gonna give you the most amount of charges, the most amount of energy. And yeah, so you can plug this right into your battery, and you can also be charging your cell phone at the same time if you need to. So that's a lifesaver. Lighting is so important, especially at a bodybuilding show. It really brings out their tans, their skin color, their tones, the sparkles in the women's suits. You're gonna want good lighting. All right. Again, for my setup, I like to bring a microphone stand because when we're not doing the interviews, we need some place to put the microphone. This again attaches right to my tripod, and I can slide my microphone right into the little microphone holder. Okay, so that is really it, my friends. So quickly, let's go through. We are doing interviews in the field, 100% mobile. We are gonna need an iPhone. We're gonna need good lighting, a microphone, good audio, and we're gonna need a few other little gadgets to kind of bring it all together. And I'm telling you, this is about $450 or under, depending on what kind of a good shopper you are. And I will drop the link to everything that I use. I hope this video is helpful, and I would love to see people out there having fun with these interviews. You owe it to the people that take the time to speak with you, putting out the very best quality that you can, because not only does it promote them in a positive light, it promotes your brand in a positive light, and in my case, it promotes the sport of natural bodybuilding, which I love, in a positive light. So it is a win-win-win situation. I will be doing some more of these little tutorial videos peppered in with my live streams and my natural bodybuilding show coverage. So if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the channel and give me a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.